Okay, we're going to pro stock our fender well today. Going to show you how it's done. I've already marked the car off a little bit, but that's the original tire that came on the car, and we're going to put bigger tires on it. And I don't want to jack the car up, block the body, then put a jack on the rear end and drop the shocks, lower the body or the shock, lower the rear end down to get the tires off this car. So I'm going to open up the fender well. I can just jack the car up and pull the tire right straight out. But that means we have to make that opening bigger. So that's the original tire. That's what I want to put on. It won't even fit. So we got to make the fender well opening bigger. I've already done my measuring. I know exactly how much I need to open that fender well up. So let me show you what these lines represent. In the old days, all we used to do, cut it round. We used to cut them round, and then we used to just leave it that way and pull the tire in and out of the car. That's the old gasser style. Well, nobody does that anymore because we've learned a better way to do it. Some guys will actually cut a radius. About 3 inches off, or even an inch off, or inch and a half off. And then they cut it and they put it back on. Okay, that's the hard way. This is the easiest way I have found to do it. Straight lines. The only critical line is the one at the top, because the other two lines, front and back lines, are going to be moving, but the top line does not. So you got to cut that top line as close to possible as being level and straight and clean. I've already done my measuring. I know I need to add 6 inches to this car to make the tire go on and off without jacking it up, separating the rear end shocks, then dropping the rear end down. So there's 6 inches right here. I'm going to call that my center point. So I'm 3 inches off of my center. The top line is straight. That's cut. To there. Then it cuts straight line down there. I want to keep this detail, so I'm going to make 2 cuts. I'm going to make a cut here and then another straight cut here. That'll let me keep that detail. I won't lose it. We're going to get it started here in just a minute. Okay, you can see I went back and retuned my lines a little bit. So everything that's got a squiggle is a no cut. The only one I didn't redraw was the top line. That's got to be as close to cut as possible. The other lines are heavier marks. Those don't matter. They're going to disappear into the body. when you cut the thing in center and spread it, those are going to disappear into the body. You're not going to see those side lines at all. Cut them as straight as you can. It just makes it easier. Now, let's use common sense here, people. Do not cut this with a saber saw. That body will just get all tweaked. Do not cut it with a jigsaw. The body will also get tweaked. Unless, of course, you're running a real fine metal blade. But then you still have the vibration to deal with. I use a cutoff blade on my grinder. We're going to get started here. So, watch what I do. I normally cut out the inner wheel tub I didn't do it on this one. Probably should have. But there's that cut line. I didn't get all the way through. I will have to take the torch, the hot wrench, and remove the inner wheel structure before I can get that piece off of there. But let's go ahead and finish cutting it. Okay, that's where I need to stop this video at the time. At this very moment, I got to cut that inner wheel well tub out of there before that piece will come down. Let me finish one more cut before I call it quits. Okay, like I said, that's where I need to stop this video. And I did get off a little bit up there, but it won't matter. Wait until you see. I got off right here. Anyway, that's the start. There'll be more work to do on the inside of the frame once that piece comes out of there. I'll run it by you and show you. And by the way, this is a Mustang, but I've done this probably on a dozen cars. Doesn't make any difference what car it is. It's all done the same way. When you see it in completed, you'll understand it totally. But it's easier to do straight lines than it is to make that curve. And to do that curve, you got to do it with either a sawzall or a saber saw, and I don't like that. So this is the easiest way I found to do it. Have fun, enjoy your life. We'll be getting back to you with the second part of this. as soon as I get that inner wheel tub cut out of there.